News this morning, two semi-trucks collide, shutting down a portion of a Lincoln County roadway. And a survey finds nearly 160 million people are expected to shop on the final Saturday before Christmas.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Welcome to Mountain News This Morning. I'm Caroline Mueller here with you on this Thursday, December 18th. The time is now 5 a.m., which means it's time to check in with meteorologist Megan Desmel for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, you know, it wasn't too bad out there when I walked outside this morning, and I actually had to spend a little bit longer than usual out there because I did lock my keys inside my house and I had to break in.
Hey, but you did it. You made
and
it
I
through.
did it.
And at least it wasn't 9 degrees outside like on Monday. It was a little bit better for you to be stuck outside for a little bit. Speaking of those temperatures, though, here's a look at what you can expect as you're heading out the door. A pretty large range for some folks, but the general consensus is 30s and 40s. Now, the warmest temperatures right now, 46 in Jackson. Coldest temperatures right now, 30 degrees in Boonville. Just something to keep your eyes out for. But as we head into the afternoon, we're going to be looking at temperatures in the upper 50s and low 60s. Yes, you heard that correctly. Very abnormally warm for your Thursday and for this time of year. Now, in terms of what we're looking at on the radar, a little bit of some sprinkle activity in our Virginia counties, but all in all, very calm start to your morning. We're going to continue to see those clouds throughout the day, and as we head into the afternoon, we'll start to see some rain with thunderstorm chances returning as we're heading into the late evening hours, continuing overnight. Caroline.
Thanks, Megan. A crash in Lincoln County closed part of US 27 yesterday. Two semi-trucks collided at about 5:30 yesterday morning near Kentucky 698, just south of Lincoln County High School. The collision is under investigation, but Stanford's police chief says it may have been caused when the driver of one of the trucks was trying to turn around. One of the trucks was on its way to the local landfill and spilled its load of trash. Today, the son of deceased actor and director Rob Reiner remains behind bars after his first court appearance. Nick Reiner is facing 2 counts of first-degree murder with special circumstances and a special allegation for reportedly using a knife in the killings of his parents. The coroner reports both died from multiple sharp force injuries. Sunday night, Nick Reiner was spotted in a convenience store in downtown LA. Moments later, he was arrested by LAPD.
There are very, very complex and serious issues that are associated with this case.
Nick Reiner is due back in court on January 7th. If convicted, he could face life without parole, the possibility of parole, or even the death penalty. Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino is stepping down from the role after 8 months. He confirmed his departure will happen in January. President Trump says he thinks Bongino wants to return to hosting his radio show. Bongino has spoken publicly and privately about the toll the job has had on his personal life. A federal appeals court says President Trump can keep National Guard troops deployed in D.C. for now. A lower court had previously ordered their removal. The appeals court then froze that order while they considered their decision. Yesterday, the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals said the troops can stay because D.C. is a federal district. They said Trump would likely win a lawsuit brought by the D.C. Attorney General that questioned their deployment. 1 week before Christmas, President Trump gave a primetime speech defending his record on the economy for the year. For roughly 20 minutes, the president blamed Democrats as he talked up his accomplishments on immigration, trade, and lowering prices. CBS News' Jared Hill has more from New York.
We're poised for an economic boom, the likes of which the world has never seen.
In an 18-minute primetime address focused on his economy, President Trump began by blaming his predecessor.
11 months ago, I inherited a mess, and I'm fixing it.
He celebrated his efforts to curb immigration.
We inherited the worst border anywhere in the world, and we quickly turned it into the strongest border in the history of our country.
Championed tariff policy
We made a lot more money than anybody thought because of tariffs.
and touted efforts to curb inflation.
I am bringing those high prices down and bringing them down very fast.
Not entirely true, according to CBS News analysis of government data. Americans also say they're feeling the pinch when paying for essentials.
Prices are just too high. Everything is too high.
In a new CBS News poll, 63% of respondents said the economy is bad. 76% say their income isn't keeping up with inflation.
My grocery bill has definitely doubled.
The latest government data also shows that unemployment ticked up to 4.6% last month, the highest in 4 years.
In Trump's America, people are being squeezed in every direction.
Looking to the future, President Trump announced plans for a warrior dividend, $1,776 for some members of the military, the amount a nod to the year the country was founded. He also promised to unveil aggressive housing reform in the new year. Jared Hill, CBS News.
President Trump is expected to take his economic message back on the road tomorrow with a planned trip to North Carolina. Four Republican lawmakers are now backing a Democratic effort to extend pandemic-era Obamacare subsidies. That means Democrats now have enough signatures on their discharge petition to require a floor vote on the subsidies. Those enhancements are set to expire on January 1st, but the vote will not happen until sometime in January.
There's a lot of consensus among those of us in the room about what needs to get done. But we'll see where it goes, and the conversations will continue.
I think we've got a chance, and that's what all we've been asking for, is to give us a chance to vote on a bill that protects more families from these outrageous health insurance premiums.
If the Affordable Care Act subsidies lapse, analysts say many people will see their health care costs go up significantly. A fallen Kentucky officer inspired legislation that's now on its way to President Trump's desk. Chief Herbert Proffitt was shot and killed in August 2012 in Tompkinsville in Monroe County. The man arrested for his murder had been arrested by Proffitt in the past. At the time of his death, Proffitt was retired. For that reason, his family was told they were not eligible for benefits. Kentucky Congressman Andy Barr explains the impact of this new law.
Years after he left the force, Chief Proffitt was murdered by a criminal he had arrested and put behind bars over a decade earlier. When his family sought federal death benefits provided to the families of fallen officers, they were denied because Proffitt was retired at the time of his death. This exposed a painful loophole in the system, and one that I'm fighting to correct.
The legislation is retroactive to January 1st, 2012. This means Chief Proffitt's family will be eligible for benefits now. An annual survey finds a record 158.9 million people are expected to shop on the Saturday before Christmas, known as Super Saturday. That number is up more than 1 million from last year and beats the previous record set in 2022. Nearly half of people plan to shop both in stores and online, and the survey also finds 70% of people plan to shop the week immediately after Christmas. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Still to come, cases of the measles are on the rise, mainly impacting unvaccinated children. We have the latest on the most recent outbreak.
And thunderstorms are returning tonight. I'll have more details coming up.